Hi Fude lovers, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. This hobby channel revolves around makeup brushes, predominantly Japanese and Chinese. If you have an interest in those brushes and find my videos helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. This is my latest Chinese brush haul with Shou Shou Lang and a new brand called Cinkihodo. I know what you're thinking, it sounds just like Cinkihodo. I don't intend to create a whole debate about brands copying one another, so please be kind in the comment section. Starting with the Shou Shou Lang on the left, I picked up the Z04, Z09, B06, B07, then the J01, J02, J03, J05, and another F06 on the right. This video wasn't planned, which means I'll just be showing them quickly. The Zuvmor brushes are made by Shou Shou Lang, and sometimes I just call them Shou Shou Lang. This is the Zuvmor Z04, which is the angled red squirrel cheek brush, or powder brush. Feels floppy. Yep, it is. But very silky soft. This is the Z09. It's a candlestick pine scroll highlight brush. It's very soft for pine scroll, thanks to the heavy conditioner coating from Shou Shou Lang. I'm sure it'll be soft after I wash it as well. I believe the B06 is a Canadian pine scroll blush brush and the B07 is a white Canadian pine scroll blush brush. Here is the B06. Very soft, just like the previous brush. It's flat. Pinched oval ferrule. So far, it doesn't seem very dense. It's a little bit airy, and hopefully it fluffs up post-wash. Next is the B07. Also not very dense. I'll just show you the eye brushes really quickly. This is the J01. I believe the bamboo handle eye brushes are made out of pine scroll. So pretty. It's like a mahogany color. This is the J02. It's angled. It's not very dense either. I think in general their pine scroll brushes are just not that densely packed. This is the J03, also light in density. I wish they were denser. Need more body power. Here's the J05. It's a tapered pencil or crease brush. Of course, I picked up another F06 from the F series. It's one of my favorite brushes. This one looks fluffier than my first one, so I'm really excited about it. A little bit more round too, although the sides are still kind of flat. So cute. The Cinkihodo brushes are from the Shi line. The ferrules, handles, and engraving are reminiscent of Hakuhodo's Kokutan line. So yes, the only comments I'll make here about the brand and aesthetic is that the brand name sounds like Cinkihodo and the series looks like Hakuhodo's Kokutan line. They came in this paper bag and these plastic wraps. The plastic wrap has the barcode of each item, the brand name, even the Japanese pura sign for recycling, and the address in Chinese and English, phone number, and then their Tmall website. I picked up the J110 Saibikoho blush brush, J103 Saibikoho powder brush, and the G110 gray scroll and Saibikoho mixed blush brush. So another thing, yes, that I'll throw in is that the names of each brush sound very similar to Hakuhodo, or almost basically the same. So Hakuhodo's J110 or B110, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, exists in their B and J lines, and the J103 is also in a Hakuhodo line, but it's the tapered candlestick brush, and then the G110 is non-existent, but it's G from their G line and 110 from the brush number from their flat cheek brush. This is the J110 Cinkihodo blush brush. It comes with the pinched oval ferrule. And then, of course, handle. The handles have a nice weight to them, but I think they're lighter weight compared to the Hakuhodo Ebony. It even says cheek in Japanese on the back. That's funny. And then their Chinese name. They're heavily coated in conditioner like Shou Shou Lang brushes and feel silky soft. This one is the G110, which is the mixed hair equivalent to the J110 on the left. So the mixed hair equivalent is super soft, gray squirrel and Cinkihodo blend. Of course, it feels softer than the Cinkihodo one on the left. When I was first looking at which brushes to buy from the brand, I was considering the Gray Squirrel and Cinkihodo mixed version of the powder brush on the right, which would be the G103. That powder brush is pricey, so I decided to grab these first to test the waters. I'll definitely be picking up the G103 if I love these brushes after playing with them. Lastly, we have the J103. Really soft. The back of the J103 says powder in Japanese, and it's really small. It's a lot smaller than the logo itself. So it corresponds to the brush. This is a powder brush, and it says powder on the back, and the cheek brush, wherever it is. Cheek brush will say cheek on the back. Same with the other one. Yeah, the font's like really small. I wish it was bigger. I feel like it's just barely engraved too. My friend introduced me to this brand, and I'm so grateful that she introduced me to them because they feel really nice, and I'm super excited to try them out. Thank you so much for introducing them to me. So I wasn't planning on bringing any other brushes out or doing comparisons, but here's the Hakuhodo Kokutan MG on the right in comparison. This isn't a review video, which means I won't be going into the specific details such as the hair lengths and flexibility. I'm just showing you how they look. I put clear top coat over the Hakuhodo logo so it doesn't fade. The engraving on the Hakuhodo is silver and iridescent, while the engraving on the Cinkihodo is just gold. It has a little bit of a sheen. I'd like to give an update now that I've washed and used all the brushes except for the F06, which is a backup. The Zuvmor Z04 is a lovely red squirrel powder brush I like to use for finishing. It's light and airy. Next, I don't like the Z09 because the pine squirrel isn't soft enough for me. I thought the Chinese brands would have much better pine squirrel hair for face brushes, but they aren't. They would probably be soft enough for people with non-sensitive skin. The B06 Canadian Pine Squirrel and the B07 White Canadian Pine Squirrel blush brushes don't have much hair in them, and they build up blush naturally in targeted areas unless you dip into your pan many times. I like the B06 more than the B07 because the Pine Squirrel hairs are softer, but the hairs aren't super soft. They also keep shedding. I also think the eyeshadow brushes from the bamboo handle line are mediocre. Their handles are lovely, but I don't like how the hairs apply. They don't apply or blend well for me. It's a pity because I like the combination of the rose gold ferrules, redwood, and bamboo design on the handles. Moving on to Cinkihodo. The Cinkihodo is soft, but I would rank the quality below Shou Shou Lang, Zuvmor's, and Sheen's really fine batch of hairs. Their Cinkihodo hairs are a little less soft, and I can see the difference in the treatment and quality when I inspect them next to each other. The mixed Cinkihodo and Grey Squirrel G110 blush brush is my favorite out of the three. It's softer due to the squirrel hair. They all apply makeup without any issues, but I prefer the finish of blush with the G110 over the J110. I think they're worth purchasing if you're interested in them. It was nice to try out a new brand with an ebony line. I think ebony is one of the best woods to use for brush handles. I already ordered the G103, which is a mixed Cinkihodo and Grey Squirrel powder brush. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!